Our next story is from the United States, where Republicans are pushing back against President Trump's plan to send $2,000 checks to working-class households next year. The White House says these payments, what Trump calls a dividend, would be funded by tariff revenue. But many Republican lawmakers say they want that money to help reduce the U.S. deficit, not to fund the cash payouts. And this dispute has become one of the clearest signs of the growing divide between Trump and the GOP-controlled Congress, it seems, and a sign that his hold on Washington may be weakening. But Trump is pressing ahead. At a U.S.-Saudi investment forum in Washington, he said, and I'm quoting, "We are going to be doing a dividend for low and middle income people of at least $2,000, quote unquote." The House Budget Committee chairman has said he told the Treasury Secretary that he wants tariff revenue to go towards deficit reduction. He also warned that direct checks could fuel inflation. In the Senate, the majority leader has also called for using tariff money to cut the deficit. Various senators, Rand Paul, Ron Johnson, are also firmly against the payouts, while others, including Shelley Moore, have raised concerns as well. The federal budget data showing the U.S. debt is still rising. The government recorded a $1.78 trillion deficit in the fiscal year through September, barely lower than the previous year. And while the White House admits it will likely need congressional approval to move ahead, officials are also looking at options to circumvent the Congress and send the checks anyway. A step that would raise serious questions about presidential powers and the role of the legislature. As for the timing, it is interesting to note that the plan is coming ahead of the midterm elections next year, and we know that Trump is facing pressure from his own voter base. With his popularity dipping in recent opinion polls, we've been telling you about this, Americans have blamed the Trump administration mainly on two issues: the rising cost of living and the state of the American economy. And as a result, in recent days, what we have seen is Trump is trying to walk back on some of the duties on food that cannot be produced in America, like coffee, bananas. Remember, originally Trump had said that there would be no exemptions for his sweeping tariffs. Meanwhile, the Democrats have also criticized the plan. California Democrat, meanwhile, has said Americans will be more worried about the higher prices the tariffs are causing than about getting a rebate check. Also, analysis by the non-partisan Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget showing Trump's dividend program would cost around $600 billion. That's already far more than the current tariff revenue. Tariffs have brought in about $195 billion reportedly this year and are expected to raise about $300 billion annually if unchanged. And then there is that big unknown over the U.S. Supreme Court also reviewing Trump's use of emergency powers to impose these tariffs, and if the court strikes them down. The CRFP says it could take 7 years just to fund the first round of payments. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.